woman move from being in a confused state about her career to building a multi-million-dollar organization in just a span of 2 years? Introducing 𝗬𝗏𝗂𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃. Over the last 2 years, as part of her journey at 𝗦𝗦𝘂𝗃𝗃, Sapna got clarity about what she should do next. She decided to move out from her corporate career to build a business. She took it as a challenge, developed her business strategy, built her team, developed C-suite capabilities, and now she is running a multi-million-dollar organization. She is an inspiration to many women who want to build their business and take it to the top. Presenting 𝗬𝗏𝗂𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃 as part of our C-suite League conversations, in conversation with Seema, our own Iron Lady.
Hi, hello, and welcome to another episode of C-suite Conversation. Today, we are joined by Sapna 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃, a visionary serial entrepreneur who has built an impressive 4 million venture in 2 years. She is the partner and head of 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 India, a leading global staffing and recruitment firm. Let's give her a warm welcome as we dive into an insightful conversation with her about her professional and entrepreneurial journey. Welcome, Sapna. Thank you so much for your time, and we are pleased to have you on this session.
Thank you, Seema. Equally happy, and it's a pleasure to be here on this board today, and really grateful for the opportunity, and would wish to thank you all and Iron Lady for giving me this opportunity to be here today.
So, Sapna, can you tell us how was your transition from being an entrepreneur to corporate? The journey has been.
Sure. So I started off my journey as very initially in my career as a software engineer, and then because of certain situations and things that happen along the course of your life, so I took up entrepreneurship back in 2011. And post that again, for a brief stint of about 3 years, I went back into the corporate world. And from there, again, the last 2.5 years, I've taken the leap back into the entrepreneur journey with my current company, 𝗘𝗴𝗶𝗄𝗏. So this is my 4th business venture, Seema, and have had 3 earlier ventures. It's good to know both worlds, because you see the employee mindset and the employer mindset. And when you're growing an organization, when you are on the entrepreneurial journey, it really helps you get both the perspectives. A lot of things, how they think, and how we should translate our vision and goals to the organization, right? So all those are different aspects, and I'm glad and happy that I was a part of both the corporate world and the entrepreneur world. So I kind of understand both worlds. And that in turn helps me drive my businesses more powerfully.
Sapna, you are being part of Iron Lady for about a couple of years now. How has the Iron Lady principles that you have mentioned, playing an A game or having rigor in the action and communication, has helped you shape both as an entrepreneur as in the profession, in your organization?
And Iron Lady has given us tons of wonderful principles, even though they list them as, they group them as, 27 or so. Each of them is a golden principle, Seema, I would say. But again, playing your A game every day. So these are things that you do on an everyday basis. But today I would like to highlight a very special, another special thing which has helped me grow both professionally and as well as in my personal life, which is having no ego and communicate and clear. So this principle has helped me because when you have no ego and, every day you have to face various situations, both at work and at home front, and people management is the biggest, toughest challenge, I would say, on an everyday basis for anybody, be it at work, be it, corporate, business, anywhere. It is with people you have to deal with every day. And this principle comes very handy. The reason being, once you have no ego and once you communicate and clear with the people around you, what happens is your end goal becomes very, very clear. And once you have that clarity, right, it is just simpler. You let go of things which you choose your battles wisely, you let go of things which are not necessary, and that, kind of acts as this, because you have communicated and cleared a lot of things with your work front, with your employees, with your team, with your peers, with your bosses, as well as back in the home front, that acts as an energy multiplier.
Absolutely wonderful to know about a new principle, leaving out the ego. Could you just quote an experience or quote a situation as, how you let your ego and you were able to, overcome a challenge?
Absolutely. I'll give you two, both at work and, at home front, because I think it's easy to, for people who will see this later. I'm sure they can relate it, and most of the times we all know this, and when we relate to these situations, I think that will be our biggest journey. So I have my director, right? For example, I have my people whom I manage, and one of the, I would say again, one of the, I wouldn't say challenges, but an everyday, every quarter, what happens is you set your goals. You set your goals for the organization, you set your goals for the quarter. And one of the biggest things is to translate these goals to your team, where they in turn have to translate it to their to the other people. They have to do the top down way. It has to go till everybody at the ground level as well. And obviously the organizational goals are going to be stretch goals, because you are especially when you're a startup, because you have these aggressive plans. You want to be on top of the market. You want to establish and be there, like at least, get into that operational break-even and get into the profitability mode as soon as possible to be able to survive. So with all these, especially in the initial stages, it becomes the translation of the goals becomes very important. So what happens is, for me, one situation that happened is when there are these large goals, and when I go to my, say, my team and tell these people, who in turn again manage a lot of larger teams, so I tell them that, hey, this goal is not enabled, and this is something that you should ask them to do this way, this way, this way. So when I put across my thoughts, usually people become defensive. So what they say is, no, Sapna, we are doing our best. This is the best that can be done. These are the challenges, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4 challenges. These are the challenges. And then it gets into a sort of, so for me, it would be like you get into a sort of an ego mode, where, I feel that, hey, I'm telling them as the director of the company, as the MD of the company, and this guy is coming and giving me reasons. So this did happen in the past, and, neither he's happy nor am I happy. So, but once what happened is I thought it out, and then what I did was I put my ego aside. I just focused, like I said, I let go of these things, of these small things. I brought my end goal into the picture, and I said, okay, what is my end goal? My end goal is to reach, this was last year, where we wanted to reach 4 million or 4 to 5 million in terms of revenue. So letting go of that and letting go of the fact that, he's giving reasons and all these aspects. So we sat down and we said, hey, let's discuss. This is the thing. These are the various things. These are the steps that will take us there. Now let us identify in each one, what is it that is, what is it that is possible, what is not possible. If it is not possible, how do we get there? So rather than, getting into, I would say, a mode where we are just unhappy with each other, we are not taking the discussion forward. Once I let go of that ego from my end and I went into a discussion with him with an open mind, I started to see what his point of view was and what his challenges were. So we were actually able to sit and identify possible solutions, where again, it is both ways, right? I also have to put my thoughts across to him, but because I let go of my ego, with it, along with it, the anger, the frustration and all that have also been parked out, what happens is the conversations become much more efficient and much more fruitful, and we are able to arrive at conclusions. So that's how, that enabled me in, and then the communication and clearing part came into picture. And that actually enabled me to achieve the results that I wanted to for my team. So that is on the work front. And on a personal front, which this is, I think, I would say much more that we have to do on a daily basis, because unless you are aligned with your spouse, unless you are aligned with your children, unless you are aligned with your parents and in-laws, right, at home, because these are people every day that you see and work with. And I really believe that, if there is something which is not going on right at home, you carry the same energy back to work. Or, vice versa. If something is not right at work, there is there is a possibility you will get it back to the home, and your family can see that, something, she's either stressed out, and that's what we call stress, right? Either you're stressed out or she's not in the right frame of mind. Let's have this discussion later. So all these come up. So both at the home front, especially for me, I've practiced this with my spouse, where I'm sharing it, on 𝗓𝗏𝗏𝗏, where usually when I get angry, I just walk out of the room. But now what I have learned is that is not going to solve my problem. So I do walk out. I still do that. But then immediately I give myself some time and I walk back into the room. I sit with my spouse and I tell him that no, let's look at it this way, right? This is what I want and this is what I was trying to tell you. So can we have a conversation, and can we get to a point on this? Right? So I give myself that time and go back again, like I said, with a cooler mind, leaving aside the ego, the frustration, the anger, go back to him and say that, hey, this is what I want to. And again, like I said, the end goal, putting the end goal in mind makes it much easier. And things are enabled faster. And because I'm peaceful at home, I carry that energy. Like I said, it acts as an energy multiplier. I carry that back into the work. So both ways, I would say, one helps the other, and it just works out beautifully. You have much more energy, and we all learned that, leaders have to manage not just their time, but their energy. So this energy will give you the drive, give you the, I would say, the power to actually, and the confidence that you can achieve much more than what is already on your plate, to take up more as well.
Very good to hear, Sapna. So if I might just summarize, it's like just keeping your ego aside, put down the actionable steps and find out a solution for each one of them so that you reach to your end goal. Be it either, at your profession or at your personal, that this will work out. So having that clarity of mind will definitely, help to go forward. This is an incredible principle, Sapna. I'm sure this will be included as part of the 28th principle in the Iron Lady. Who are those, Iron Lady mentors that helped you during your journey for the last couple of years that you have been part of this program?
So, I would say all the principles that were taught across the different formats, Seema, each of them, like I said, is a golden principle. And they have been my constant companions, like you just mentioned, right? While I just described one of it, which really helped me on a daily basis, there are several others which I practice. Your A game, your ERRC, maximizing, and there's several others, managing your energy, managing your emotions. So each of them, I would say, has been a guiding star that has helped me in my journey. Apart from that is the first one, but apart from that, the community sessions, I would also, I'm very happy that, the community sessions, the formats that we have, and thanks to the volunteer team who's bringing up these community sessions week after week, because what happens in the community sessions is they reinforce what we already have learned. And apart from that, they also bring in these stories and case studies. And once you bring in these stories and case studies, you just, again, like I said, relate to them much stronger, and you find your solution somewhere when you're listening to other stories and case studies. So these community sessions, along with the topic that is being discussed, right, it gives you a broader scope of understanding, deeper understanding of what is being discussed as the principles. So community sessions definitely have helped me. And apart from them, the community, which means the people of the community per se, right? It's just that there are, again, just having I would say, just realizing that you have a big community out there, people from various verticals, people of different, leadership, I would say, leadership structures out there. And I myself have leaned onto this community whenever I needed help, be it with if I had any HR questions, or if I had any legal questions, or if I had any as simple as ticketing, travel, visa questions. So this community helped me quite a bit, where I found my answers right there. So this is absolutely a powerhouse. The people, each one of them, and I would say all of them put together. And obviously, it would be criminal not to mention Rajesh and Suvarna, who have been there. So, who are the backbone of this community. Their sessions, whenever they come up, right, the energy with which they come, especially Rajesh's energy and His passion is so visible at every session he comes, and Suvarna's as well. She no day has there's that energy just doesn't go down. And when you see other people's energy in this community, I think it's just contagious, and that's what I would say drives you to think that when they can do it, I can do it too. So that's how this community has been. Everything about the community has been very helpful for me in my journey.
That's absolutely wonderful to know. So Sapna, can you just share one of your biggest breakthrough and breakdown so that will help our Iron Ladies to, break the ceiling and get up when they fall?
So I'll go with the breakdown first. When I started my Iron Lady, it was in June 2021. I was in the corporate world. And the reason I joined Iron Lady was for two things. One, I felt I could do much more than what I was contributing there. Secondly, I felt I was not good enough. So both are contradicting, if you see. So which means that somewhere I was not confident. I did not realize my self-worth. So I was in that kind of a dilemma situation when I joined Iron Lady. So when I did my LEP, and then, I would say the next few months, my confidence was upped, and I understood who I truly was, and I no longer wanted to take it lying down. So I wanted to, really be up in my game. And that was when actually the real struggle started, when people started seeing me differently. When, and I was not like, I wouldn't say I was not aggressive, but it's just that these small changes where I started telling people that I'm not okay. And these were things which I was okay a few months earlier. So when all these started to happen, I would actually say there has been a lot of trouble at my workplace. And when I finally decided that, it is enough. So I think I am ready to move on to take on larger challenges, larger goals. So I wouldn't call it a breakdown, but definitely I quit my organization, and I again took the leap of faith to start 𝗬𝗏𝗏, which is the current partnership venture with a global firm. So the last 2.5 years again have been quite, again, any startups, people who have been part of startups, they know how it is, especially the first few years till you reach your operational break-even. So it's been a journey, but again, what I just described, the Iron Lady principles, the community, and just the support and the belief that Iron Lady leaves with you, that you can do much more. We are all here for you. So just that enables me. And from zero, I would say the last 2 years, one person I started the organization 2.5 years ago, zero revenue, and 2.5 years later, right now, it's 40 people. I've built a 40-member team, and we are at $4 million in revenue. So I would say this is my biggest breakthrough in the last 2 years that I've achieved. Yes, there are a lot of small things that happened at home, at work, but I would put them as, the smaller breakthroughs. But yeah, taking this leap of faith and ensuring, that what I've decided came to fruition in terms of that this venture was successful, I would say is by my biggest breakthrough in the last 2 years. And I continue to, I hope and I pray, and at the same time work harder to ensure, this journey inspires many more women to take that leap of faith. And also, if I can be that little, that if she can do it, I can do it. And like I said in the beginning, right, I am like all of you. So we all can do it is something that I believe. And if this story strikes another person, I think I'll be very happy in getting to see that I've done a little bit to inspire other people.
Sapna, lastly, you have mentioned that you feel that you are the powerhouse, and you can do a lot of things. So with that thought, what would be a couple of advices that you would give, Iron Lady community, to reach their professional, height, or try, go between, from entrepreneur to a professional, or a professional to being an entrepreneur? What would be that piece of advice that you would like to give to the community?
Seema. So again, before I start the jumping, because I jumped, it might not be everybody's forte to keep jumping. Jump at your convenience. Do things at your convenience when you are ready. For the community, what I would like to share is believe in yourself. Don't give away that power to anybody else, be it your spouse, be it your colleagues, be it your boss, be it your kids. Keep that power with you. Never let that power away. Truly believe in yourself. You are a powerhouse. Each of us is one powerhouse. We just have to manifest our powers outside. So the first one is believe in yourself. Take on those larger goals. There is this saying that my daughter told me when I was a little down, and I'm really grateful to her that she was so mature to give me these lines when I think she was just 7 or 8 when she gave me these. So it says, if you want it, you must will it. If you will it, anything will be yours. So I again truly believe, take on those larger goals, take those large BHAGs and work towards them, and you will achieve them, however, whatever they are. The third, most importantly, there will be setbacks. Be prepared for setbacks. It is not going to be a smooth ride, be it in the corporate or be it in the entrepreneur world. There will be days when you're really down and you will doubt yourself and think that why did I even embark on this journey, right? Or did I get into the right company? Am I doing the right thing? Should I be here? Think about why you started this journey, and do remember that setbacks and failures are common and they are required, because that is how you will learn. Take that as a learning and fail fast and just continue to move forward. And lastly, personally for me, this journey is going to be a long one, Seema. It is not going to be a short one, because we're not here to be here for a year or 2 or 3 years. That's not what we are here. It is going to be for decades, and to be on that lifelong journey of taking on larger goals and our journey to keep achieving them. Gratitude is one thing that I would say you will have to make it a practice. Be grateful to everybody around you, right? Because they are your enablers. While you are the leader, I would say, of your course, but it is only because of others that you are able to achieve. So be grateful in your journey, and also having that larger purpose will help you on this long journey, I would say, to achieve many more BHAGs that we set for ourselves.
Thank you, Sapna. Thank you so much for those piece of advice, and we wish you many more successes, and I hope we hear a lot from you, inspiring stories that will enable a lot of us to reach those heights. Thank you, Sapna. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Seema. Like I said, a pleasure to be here and really grateful and thankful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sapna. Have a lovely day. Thank you.
You too.